Imagine Middle-earth during the First Age, a time of epic struggles, love beyond death, and unrelenting oaths. The tale of Beren's confrontation with Curufin and Celegorm is more than a skirmish. It is a collision of ideals, fueled by pride, betrayal, and a doomed sense of honor. To understand this moment, we must dive into the events that set the stage. By the time Beren crossed paths with the sons of Fëanor, his destiny was already interwoven with tragedy and grandeur. His love for Lúthien, the fairest of all the Eldar, defied the natural order, he a mortal man, she an immortal elf. Their union threatened the wrath of her father Thingol, who had set an impossible condition for their marriage, the retrieval of a Silmaril from Morgoth's crown. The Silmarils themselves were the cause of the Oath of Fëanor, a binding vow taken by Curufin, Celegorm, and their brothers. They swore to reclaim the jewels at any cost, even if it meant shedding the blood of kin or defying the Valar. When Beren and Lúthien's quest led them to Nargothrond, they unwittingly entered the domain of Curufin and Celegorm, who had taken control of the hidden city after ousting Finrod Felagund. Initially, Curufin and Celegorm concealed their motives. They pretended to assist the lovers, but their true intention was to capture Lúthien and use her as a pawn. Celegorm's lust and Curufin's calculating malice turned their encounter into a microcosm of the larger conflict between selfish ambition and selfless love. The betrayal unfolded swiftly. Curufin and Celegorm, failing to imprison Lúthien in Nargothrond, resorted to brute force. After Beren and Lúthien escaped the city, the brothers pursued them, intending to eliminate Beren and abduct Lúthien. What followed was a clash of primal emotions and deadly skill. Curufin, the more sinister of the two, charged at Beren. The mortal, armed with nothing but his unwavering resolve and the knowledge of Lúthien's peril, fought back. Their struggle was fierce, Beren's humanity pitted against the skill of an elven prince trained for centuries. Against all odds, Beren triumphed, disarming Curufin and throwing him to the ground. This moment revealed a layer of Beren's character rarely seen: his restraint. Despite the brothers' treachery, Beren spared Curufin's life, a decision that contrasted starkly with the Fëanorians' merciless oath. This act of mercy underscores Tolkien's recurring theme of pity and forgiveness, triumphing over vengeance and pride. Yet the duel's conclusion was not the end. As Curufin mounted his horse, he attempted a last, cowardly act of revenge, firing an arrow at Lúthien. Beren shielded her with his body and was grievously wounded. Before they could retaliate, Celegorm and Curufin fled, their cowardice leaving a bitter aftertaste to their humiliation. This confrontation may seem like a mere physical fight, but it symbolizes a deeper schism in Middle-earth's moral fabric. Curufin and Celegorm embody the corruption of noble intentions, their adherence to Fëanor's oath blinding them to the suffering they cause. On the other hand, Beren and Lúthien's bond represents selflessness and perseverance. Curufin's failure foreshadows the eventual doom of the Sons of Fëanor. Their inability to reclaim the Silmarils and their repeated failures to act with honor cements their decline as tragic figures. In contrast, Beren's sacrifice and Lúthien's unwavering love echo into the Second and Third Ages, where similar themes play out in the tales of Aragorn and Arwen, and Frodo's journey with Sam. Moreover, this event highlights the tension between mortals and immortals. Curufin's disdain for Beren mirrors the disdain some elves held for men, a sentiment that would later cause divisions even among allies. Yet Beren's triumph serves as a reminder that destiny, not lineage, defines a hero. The immediate aftermath of Beren's clash with Curufin and Celegorm had ramifications that extended far beyond the physical injuries he sustained. The betrayal of the Sons of Fëanor cast a shadow over the fragile alliances among the Eldar and underscored the perilous divisions within the free peoples of Middle-earth. When Beren and Lúthien returned to Doriath, the tale of their harrowing escape and the treachery they encountered shook the foundations of Thingol's court. Thingol, though proud and unyielding, could not ignore the valor of Beren or the strength of Lúthien's will. In their victory over the Fëanorians, they had achieved something far beyond what any mortal might have dreamed. Yet, their actions also deepened Thingol's distrust of the Sons of Fëanor. an enmity that would prove prophetic as the Oath of Fëanor unraveled alliances in the years to come. This distrust was not misplaced. The oath that bound Curufin and Celegorm alongside their brothers had already led to the kinslaying at Alqualon and the doom of Mandos. Their confrontation with Beren highlighted how their fixation on the Silmarils eroded their capacity for honor, mercy, and unity. Thingol, recognizing this, began to view the Fëanorians as dangerous liabilities rather than allies. On a personal level, the duel elevated Beren's status among the Eldar. His victory over an elf of Curufin's skill was no small feat, especially considering Beren's mortal limitations. This accomplishment strengthened his claim to Lúthien's hand, presenting Thingol with undeniable evidence of Beren's worthiness. For Curufin and Celegorm, the consequences of their failed ambush marked a pivotal moment in their downward spiral. Their loss of influence in Nargothrond was immediate and humiliating. Orodreth, who had previously been overshadowed by their domineering presence, reclaimed his rightful position as ruler. The elves of Nargothrond, disillusioned by the brothers' actions, began to distance themselves from the Fëanorian cause. This alienation foreshadowed the ultimate doom of the sons of Fëanor. Each of their actions, driven by their oath, pushed them further from redemption and deeper into ruin. Curufin and Celegorm's attempt to abduct Lúthien and kill Beren demonstrated not only their moral decline, but also the destructive power of unchecked ambition. Their failure to achieve even this selfish goal hinted at the inevitability of their fate. They would never regain the Silmarils, and would instead meet bitter ends. This event also reinforced a recurring theme in Tolkien's legendarium: the destructive nature of binding oaths. While the Oath of Fëanor was a testament to devotion and willpower, it also exemplified how such commitments can lead to inflexibility, moral decay, and ruin. Curufin and Celegorm's actions mirrored the wider consequences of the oath, showing how it consumed not only their lives, but also the lives of those around them. The clash with Curufin and Celegorm reframed the quest for the Silmaril, shifting it from a challenge of mere courage and skill to a broader narrative of resilience and sacrifice. When Beren was wounded protecting Lúthien from Curufin's arrow, it underscored the stakes of their mission. This was not simply about fulfilling a condition for marriage. It was a journey that demanded the ultimate test of love, loyalty, and endurance. Lúthien's role in this quest also evolved significantly after the confrontation. Up to this point, she had been a driving force, defying her father and overcoming obstacles to aid Beren. However, her actions in healing Beren's wound and continuing to stand by him after the ambush reinforced her position as an equal, if not the true hero of the story. In many ways, the duel with Curufin and Celegorm became a microcosm of their larger quest, illustrating the intertwining of their strengths and the necessity of their partnership. For Middle-earth itself, this moment was a harbinger of things to come. The pursuit of the Silmarils would continue to cause strife, division, and heartbreak, but it would also give rise to acts of unparalleled bravery and selflessness. Beren and Lúthien's journey, shaped in part by their encounter with Curufin and Celegorm, became a beacon of hope in an age overshadowed by Morgoth's darkness. The duel between Beren and Curufin also serves as a reflection of deeper truths within Tolkien's mythology. At its core, the confrontation represents the clash between two competing worldviews: the self-serving ambition of the sons of Fëanor and the selfless devotion of Beren and Lúthien. This dichotomy echoes throughout Middle-earth's history, from the pride of Númenor to the humility of Frodo in the Third Age. Furthermore, the themes of mercy and restraint displayed by Beren find parallels in other critical moments of Tolkien's works. His decision to spare Curufin's life is reminiscent of Frodo's sparing of Gollum, an act that ultimately determines the fate of the One Ring. These instances highlight Tolkien's belief in the power of mercy, even in the face of betrayal and enmity. Lastly, the ripple effects of this encounter connect to the broader narrative of the Silmarils. The defeat of Curufin and Celegorm set the stage for the eventual fulfillment of Beren and Lúthien's quest, ensuring that a Silmaril would be wrested from Morgoth's crown. This single act would later catalyze other pivotal events, including the eventual involvement of Eärendil and the Valar in Middle-earth's fate. The confrontation with Curufin and Celegorm left a legacy that reverberated far beyond the confines of their personal lives. At its heart, this moment crystallized the enduring themes of love, sacrifice, and defiance against insurmountable odds that define the tale of Beren and Lúthien. Their triumph over the sons of Fëanor was not merely a physical victory, but a moral one. By sparing Curufin's life despite his treachery, Beren demonstrated the strength of his character, a quality that set him apart in an age where vengeance often overpowered mercy. This act elevated him not just in the eyes of Thingol and the Eldar, but also in the mythology of Middle-earth itself. It reinforced the notion that true heroism lies not in brute strength, but in the courage to choose compassion, even when it seems undeserved. Lúthien's role in the aftermath of this confrontation further cemented her legacy. As she nursed Beren back to health, her actions reminded the free peoples of Middle-earth that strength is not confined to the battlefield. Her ability to heal, her unyielding determination, and her deep love for Beren became symbols of hope and resilience, a stark contrast to the divisiveness and destruction caused by the sons of Fëanor. The duel also highlighted the interconnectedness of fate and doom within Tolkien's legendarium. The actions of Curufin and Celegorm, driven by their unbreakable oath, reflected the inescapable nature of doom as proclaimed by Mandos. Every attempt they made to regain control of their destinies only served to tighten the web of consequences ensnaring them. This moment also underscored the inevitability of the Silmarill's influence. The duels, though beautiful and pure in their creation, had become catalysts for chaos, drawing individuals into conflict and forcing them to confront the darker aspects of their own natures. In this sense, the Silmarils functioned as both treasures and burdens, symbols of both glory and ruin. For Beren and Lúthien, the confrontation with Curufin and Celegorm reinforced their shared belief that their love was worth any cost. The wounds sustained by Beren and the trials they endured only strengthened their resolve, propelling them toward Morgoth's fortress and the ultimate fulfillment of their quest. The legacy of Beren and Lúthien's encounter with Curufin and Celegorm echoes into the Third Age, particularly in the story of Aragorn and Arwen. Like Beren, Aragorn was a mortal man whose love for an immortal elf defied the expectations of their respective peoples. Similarly, Arwen's choice to forsake her immortality mirrored Lúthien's decision to remain with Beren, no matter the cost. The parallels between these two tales emphasize Tolkien's recurring exploration of love as a force that transcends the barriers of race, mortality, and even time. By drawing on the archetype established by Beren and Lúthien, Tolkien wove a sense of continuity into Middle-earth's history, linking its greatest love stories across the ages. As we conclude this tale, we must ask ourselves, what does the story of Beren's duel with Curufin and Celegorm teach us about the world Tolkien envisioned? It is a reminder that even in a realm fraught with darkness and despair, moments of light and hope can emerge. It shows us that even the mightiest of foes can be defeated not through force alone, but through resilience, love, and moral courage. The clash between Beren and the Sons of Fëanor encapsulates the eternal struggle within Middle-earth, a battle not only between good and evil, but also between the light of selflessness and the shadow of greed and pride. It is a story that resonates across ages, teaching us that true heroism lies not in power or lineage, but in the choices we make and the values we uphold. And so, the tale of Beren and Lúthien, forged in defiance of fate and solidified in moments like this, becomes not just a chapter in the history of Middle-earth, but a cornerstone of its mythology. It reminds us of the timeless truth that love and courage, even in the face of doom, can reshape the world.